What's up, guys? It is Nico here, and in this video I'm going to be showing you exactly how you can create your own crypto trading bots that will trade for you on autopilot in 10 minutes or less. So if that sounds cool to you and you want to start making passive income with crypto trading without having to do any trading yourself, then stick around because by the end of this video you're going to see exactly how I've made $176 profit with this, actually a little bit more. You know, right here it looks like 177 and 37, whatever, around 200 bucks in the last about day or day and a half since I launched these two bots completely on autopilot. So you're going to know exactly how to do this, and yeah, I'm going to show you step by step. It's going to be really, really fun, and yeah, this is beginner friendly. This is something that I think everyone can learn. I have a lot of students who have learned how to do this from complete scratch. By taking my online course. So I'll talk about that a little bit more at the end. If you're interested, there is going to be a link down below. But yeah, before we talk about that, I just want to show you a little bit more about what it all entails. And yeah, I'm going to walk you through the actual setup of these bots so you can see if this is something that's for you and if this is something that you actually want to do, because you can actually make a very good income. I have a lot of people who are making full-time income, part-time income, within literally their first 30 or 60 days of doing this, okay? And I have, if you check out the link down below, I have screenshots of me doing like withdrawals from my crypto platform, which I use Kraken. So yeah, of making upwards of 10K a month, sometimes 20K a month, literally just from this method, okay? So stick around, you're gonna love it. I'm gonna make myself smaller and let's dive into the video. So first off, what the heck are we actually doing here, right? Like, what is this all about? So what are we even trading? What's going on, all right? And then we'll talk about actually how to set these up. So what we're doing right now is you can actually see right here. Let me just click on this bot. And you'll get a little bit of a better idea. So basically what we're doing is we have set up a bot that is going to buy and sell these basically crypto pairs. So I know that the concept of buying a pair of tokens. So you see right here, if we zoom in, how this one says NFT/USDT and this one says dog/USDT. So, it really, what we're doing is we're trading pairs. We're not necessarily holding just one coin, right? So most people, when they think of crypto trading, they're like, okay, I'm going to buy Bitcoin and I'm just going to hold it, right? So this is a little bit different. We are actually trading we're essentially creating a strategy where we're trading the price of one asset basically in relation to the price of another asset. Okay, so again, I know that sounds a little bit confusing if you're new. The cool thing is you don't actually need to know what that really means. Okay, just know that we're not actually buying and holding one coin. We're kind of like, we're doing what's called a coin pair. Okay. And you're going to see that every opportunity that we have to create a bot is going to be relying on a coin pair and not just one coin. Okay, so more on that and could make another video where I explain that a little bit more like thorough, or inside my course there's a full video on explaining like what is a coin pair. Ultimately though, it's what we need. We need to use coin pairs in order to trade these bots. Otherwise, if you just want to literally buy and hold an asset, then you don't really need like bots, right? You can just go out and buy it, right? But anyways, so that is what we see right here. And the cool thing is if we have USDT as our other coin in the pair, then essentially this is, we're just, when we see the price of the coin right here, then that is just like the price of what it actually is, because USDT is always going to be like 1 because it's pegged to the US dollar. And I don't want to get too much into it. I want to like kind of make this actually useful and informative to most people. But yeah, essentially what you're going to do when you're creating a bot is you'll be choosing what's called a coin pair, which is going to look like that, right? It's going to have like, a symbol, which is going to be like one coin. And then a lot of times it's going to be USDT as the other one, but sometimes it's not, okay? So yeah, let's take a look right here. If we actually like look on the screen, we'll see like it's placing buy orders wherever there's like a green, wherever there's a little green circle, it's placing a buy order. And what a buy order means is it's like, okay, we expect the price to go up. And then what these red circles are that is the bot taking profit. Or it's also taking a sell order. But if you're in a buy order, then to close the buy order, you take a sell order, right? And so that's essentially the same thing as taking profit. So basically, what you can think of it in the simplest like visual terms is you can see our bot right here is placing, like, it's buying right here, and then once price goes up, it'll close the order by selling. It'll buy again right here, and then it'll close the order by selling, or it could start with a sell order right here, and then as price goes back down, it'll buy right here, which, again, a buy order is actually canceling out the open sell order. So you can essentially think of it as it's taking profit right here. Okay, so that is basically what's going on right here. And you can see this bot that we're looking at right here, I put in $9.98, and so far it's made about $41 in about 2 days. So, hey, that's not bad. I mean, for doing no work, I'm happy with it. And this other one, which we can look at too, this one I put in $2,500, and it's made $151 in, well, actually $177. And let's see here, about 2 days as well. So, and I'll also explain what is the difference between total P&L and bot profit, because you'll see here, like, there's kind of two different profit numbers. So I'll explain what those are. But let's look at this dog USDT bot. Then I'll explain what the total P&L and bot profit are. And then I'll explain, like, how we can actually set one up ourselves, okay? So let's take a look. This one is a little bit more all over the place. You can see this one's more active. The reason is because the strategy is actually DCA, which stands for dollar cost averaging. So basically what that means is it's just taking a bunch of, like, small orders over time. Now you can see each candle here is 15 minutes. So it's usually only taking, well, sometimes it'll take multiple orders on the same candle. So I think if we switch down to a little bit smaller time frame, so now each candle is going to be 1 minute. And then we're going to have to scroll back to see all the orders. Okay, where did all the orders go? There, okay, so there's some. They're just way back here. So you can see it's usually not taking more than one per minute. So it's not taking, like, a ton all at the same time. But basically what it's doing is it's doing a dollar cost averaging strategy, which means basically it's just kind of playing the long game. It's taking a lot of orders, knowing that, even if you're buying, this is actually a really common strategy in stocks. So if you're a stock trader, you probably know what dollar cost averaging already is. But it's basically like you don't know exactly when's the perfect time to buy. So you're just going to buy continuously, like little small chunks. And over time it's going to go up, but you're not waiting, you're not holding your breath, you're not trying to get the perfect entry. You're just taking little small entries, knowing that over time, like, all of your entries are eventually, or most of them are eventually going to go into profit. So that's the strategy of this bot. And that's why it has so many orders there. And you can see it's actually doing really well, right? So you can see this one, the one that we were looking at right now, has increased by about $177. And you'll see right here we have total P&L and we also have bot profit. So what does this mean? Well, actually, I'll just show you, because if you hover over the little info bubble, it'll just tell you what it means. But total P&L, basically what I think of like total P&L is like the price or the amount that the bot has made plus or minus the amount that the asset has actually changed. Because remember, the bot is trading like price movement of an asset, but the asset itself can go up or down in value too. Right? So the bot can like accumulate profits and lock in those profits based on the price movement, and then you've got these profits that are they're locked in. But the asset is also changing price, right? And that never stops, right? Like even if your bot stops, like the asset itself is not going to stop moving price, right? So the total P&L is like what profit your bot has actually produced, and then plus or minus if the asset itself has actually gone up or down, right? Because again, think about Bitcoin. Let's say Bitcoin is $100,000, and then let's say your bot profit is $1,000. Okay, the bot has made $1,000. But then let's say Bitcoin goes up by $1,000, and now it's $101,000. So your total P&L would essentially be that $1,000 that Bitcoin went up plus the $1,000 that the bot actually made you. So essentially the total P&L would be like 2,000 bucks, if you were trading just Bitcoin. But then the bot profit would show as 1,000 bucks. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. The bot profit is just the actual profits that your bot has locked in. The total P&L is the combination of the bot profit plus how much the asset has either increased or decreased in value. All right, so yeah, again, this is kind of like what it looks like overall. And then also, so I'm going to show you guys, like, let's just start a new bot for fun here. And basically, again, if you're interested in actually doing this, this is, I'm doing a very, very abbreviated version because I kind of already know how to do this, but you can take a look at the link down below to see, to learn exactly how you can do this and make $10,000 to $20,000 a month, or even more, honestly. But I just kind of do this on the side. And yeah, so check out the link to my course. There's a bunch of people who have been doing this for months or even years, and they've been literally replacing their full-time income. But like, I literally have testimonials of people who are like saying, right here, Josh says, I've been playing with, one of the bots, and he says, thanks for this amazing course. I've already made over 1,000 pounds, which is about 1,200. And he says, where did it say? Yeah, Nico's course is making me more than my day job already in my first month. Crazy to think. So that's pretty cool. So literally, this is not that hard to do. But yeah, let me show you. We're going to do a grid bot. This is the one that I mostly do. And then, let's see. Okay, so we're going to have to do a different trading pair. So the cool thing is, if you use this tool that I show you how to use in the course, you can actually have all these pre-made strategies right here and it'll show you kind of like what's going well, right? Like you can see the past 24-hour change. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just search. Let's search for Bitcoin. Let's see if we've got any good Bitcoin pairs. I like Aave. Aave is a asset that I actually just hold for the long term. And it looks like this has been doing well in the past 24 hours, almost 2%. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on that one. And then there's a couple things right here that I'm not going to actually do that much. Let's see, what is the least? Okay, so it's got to be 6. That's 65 bucks. Let's see here. I just want to do a small one. Okay, let's do $76. That's fine. Is that at least? Oh, okay. It's got to be a little bit more. $786.68. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, and so basically, there's a little bit more that goes into, adjusting some things that you're going to do right here, like grid step, grid levels. These are all settings that I teach you how to figure out what is the best grid step or the grid levels inside the course. But what you also can do is you can use the pre-configured settings, and they usually do turn out pretty well. Oops, I did not mean to adjust that so much. Let me go back to like 0.7. Okay. And then, yeah, I'm going to do short term. And then we're just going to let this one run. And I'll post in a future video. Yeah, so this one, again, I'm not adjusting the grid step or the grid levels. I just want to get this one out really quick. I think it's going to be fine. I think it's going to do well because this is one of their pre-built strategies. So let's go ahead and we'll do continue. And then we'll do start bot. And then it says success. The bot has been started. All right, so look, just like that, we have a new bot. See, before we had 2, now we have 3. And this is our new bot. It's up and running right here. So it says Aave/Bitcoin. And I will update it in a future video. We'll see how it does over the next couple days. And yeah, So I just wanted to walk through this with you guys. Hey, I hope that you enjoyed this video and that this opened up your eyes to a cool new passive income stream. This is something that anyone can do from anywhere in the world. As long as you have an internet connection and a little bit of crypto to invest, you can usually start most of the bots with like 50 or 100 bucks. So you don't need to have a huge amount of capital into them. Of course, if you want to do more, you totally can. You know, like $1,000 or something like that. If you have that available to trade with, you know, that's great. But a lot of them you can start with like 50, 100, even 150. And yeah, they just literally run on autopilot. And then, by the way, as soon as you want to close it, all you do is you click these three. Sorry, I don't know why it keeps taking me over there. You click the little three dots, and then you can do stop bot, and then it'll close everything down, and it'll just take your profits and put it back into your wallet. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stick around for the next one, and yeah, if you're interested in doing this, you know, making part-time or full-time money, definitely check out the link below to my course, because there's a lot of students just like you who have been doing this successfully and learned how to do it in less than 30 days. So hope you guys like this, and I will see you in the next one.